Hello everyone, esteemed community members. I warmly welcome you to this new test video. It's great to have you tuned in again. In today's brief summary, we'll be focusing on the new 18-volt multi-tool from Milwaukee, specifically the M18 FMT model sitting on the table. It's certainly a powerful device with numerous features and improvements compared to its predecessor. However, we'll briefly examine how the device performs in today's summary. By the way, for those of you who haven't seen the detailed test video of this multi-tool, I highly recommend checking them out. I'll link it up in the info card. That's precisely why I would say let's now take a look at what we can really expect from this new multi-tool before we begin. But if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to the channel for free and activate the notification bell to never miss any new test videos in the future. You can find the current prices for this gem in the video description below. Thank you very much for your support, and now let's get started after the intro. On the table, we have the latest multi-tool from Milwaukee, an M18 fuel device, to be precise, the M18 FMT. In front of us, we have the bare tool version, which means the name is followed by the abbreviation 0X. Consequently, the scope of delivery is limited in this case. Nevertheless, as you can see, the device also comes in the bare tool version in a practical carrying case called the HD Box by Milwaukee. It's quite convenient for carrying, transporting, and storing the device. On the top, there's a handle, and overall, the box gives a sturdy impression. As for the included items, as you can see, the bare tool version also comes with quite a lot. This includes the typical paperwork, such as the user manual and safety instructions. Next is the actual multi-tool, the M18 FMT, and in another small box, there's the remaining accessories, meaning there are sandpapers and a few saw blades inside, not to forget the dust extraction attachment. In my opinion, it's extremely practical as it allows for securely storing the small accessories, and of course, there's also space for a charger and a battery. That's pretty much the scope of delivery for the bare tool variant. This means that the charger, batteries, and similar items need to be obtained separately. You can find the corresponding links in the video description below. That's precisely why I'd say let's now take a detailed look at the new Milwaukee multi-tool. And I must say, starting with its appearance, the device, as we're accustomed to from Milwaukee, undoubtedly gives a very high quality and precise impression. It means that the device is truly top-notch in terms of construction. We have clean edges, uniform joints, and the like, especially when we take a look at the handle area. The rubber coating is very precise, with no residue or anything of the sort to be found. This impression deepens once you actually hold the new multi-tool in your hand because I have to say the M18 FMT feels really good in the hand. As you can see, especially here at the back in the handle area, the multi-tool is super slim, which in my opinion is very ergonomic. It can be gripped comfortably and securely. All in black, it has a rubberized surface, making it very slip resistant as well. The bare tool weighs only around 1180 grams, so it's really lightweight. This means that even with a relatively large battery, in this case a 5 ampere hour one, the multi-tool is still very comfortable to handle and not too heavy to work with for an extended period of time. In comparison to its predecessor, the new FMT has shed another 100 grams, and as you can see, the center of gravity is nicely positioned in the handle area, which in my opinion is excellent. The most important controls of the multi-tool are, of course, located right at the top. Here we can see the on-off switch for the device, and I must say it's very pleasant in terms of size and operation. It's nicely sized, easy to grip, and has a good tactile response. The only thing that slightly bothers me, or rather takes some getting used to, is the positioning. As you can see, when I hold the multi-tool here in the rear handle area, the switch should actually be positioned here at the front, so you have to slightly reach back to operate it. Yes, as I said, it takes a bit of getting used to, but still okay. To the left of it, we have the oscillation speed control, adjusted with this small wheel, which is also smooth to operate. It should be noted that the Multitool has slimmed down in this regard. It means we now have only 10 speed settings compared to the previous model's 12, but we do have an automatic mode at the end. This means that in automatic mode, the Multitool adjusts the oscillation speed automatically. It's worth mentioning that with the new M18 FMT, we have improved values and we can regulate the oscillation speed from 10 to a maximum of 20,000 oscillations per minute. That's about it for the most important controls. On the back, we have the battery compartment for the Multitool. As I mentioned, it's an M18 device, so we need the corresponding M18 battery here as well. I would say 5 amp hours is a good figure for this device, and as I mentioned, having a 5 amp hour battery on this device also ensures a good centered center of gravity. Apart from the battery indicator directly on the battery, positioned in a way that you can easily glance at it while working, there's nothing else to see at the back of the device. Therefore, I'd say let's take a closer look at the head of the machine. Let's start with the two most visually striking changes at the head of the machine, the new M18 FMT, and it's about the lighting unit. As you can see, the new Multitool actually has 3 built-in LEDs at the front of the head, positioned in a way that provides a maximum illumination angle of an impressive 180 degrees. That means every area at the front is really well illuminated. I must say the LEDs also have a very good brightness output and, of course, a glow-in-the-dark function. At the top, we have the lever for releasing the pen at the bottom. Here, I find it quite practical that you no longer have to flip the lever 180 degrees like in the previous model. As you can see here, I only need to fold the lever 90 degrees and that releases the pen at the bottom. Regarding the attachment, it looks similar to the old Multitool, well, almost. The new M18 FMT has the standardized OIS attachment, which means we can use all common saw blades on the market. We just need to be careful with Starlock saw blades. We can use them with the appropriate adapter, however, it becomes critical with Starlock Max. We cannot connect them to this Multitool. Basically, that covers everything. In addition, there's another practical feature with the new M18 FMT called FIXTEC. This means we have 4 small magnets at the bottom where we can simply attach the corresponding saw blade. As you can see, I don't have to hold it here when I screw in the pen. It sticks directly to the magnets at the bottom. In this regard, it must be said that the system is not comparable to that of Bosch or Fine, which is significantly better. But personally, I can say from practical experience that it is undoubtedly very practical. It means I can change the saw blades quickly and don't have to constantly worry about the saw blade falling off, for example, when I remove the pen. So, from the practical test, it's definitely a good improvement. The next, and this can truly be said, enormous improvement of this Multitool is in terms of power, because the new M18 FMT now features a brushless motor compared to its predecessor. This means the Multitool is more efficient, slimmer, and more powerful than the M18 BMT, as could be seen directly in the comparative test. Apart from the fact that the new Multitool not only has a more powerful and efficient brushless motor, it also has a larger oscillation angle. This means that on this device, we have a left and right oscillation of 2.1 degrees, which is relatively good compared to the old device. With the old one, we only had 1.7 degrees to the left and 1.7 degrees to the right. In combination with these two improvements, the new Milwaukee M18 FMT really excels. That means we can work on any materials, whether it's metal, wood, etc., with ease and without difficulties, and the process is extremely efficient, as we can see in the detailed comparative test of these two devices. If you think, well, that's enough improvements, no, that's not all, because the new Multitool also has an anti-vibration system, which ensures that fewer vibrations reach the handle area, especially compared to the old BMT, as we could see in the comparative test. So, it provides a significantly better handling than its predecessor. And last but not least, for those who work a lot indoors with this device, there's now a final solution, namely a pre-installed dust extraction system for the M18 FMT. The installation is super easy. You simply press the dust extraction attachment onto the multi-tool, it locks in place, and then you connect the vacuum cleaner here to significantly reduce dust exposure, as I extensively tested in practice. So that's about it for the new battery-powered multi-tool from Milwaukee, the M18 FMT. Overall, there's nothing else to say except that it is truly a top-notch device. Especially compared to the old M18 BMT, there are numerous improvements. The device is not only more powerful, but also lighter and has additional features that make handling much more pleasant, such as the anti-vibration system. In my opinion, you can work with this device much better and more comfortably compared to the old multi-tool. So the question is it worth upgrading? In my opinion, definitely. Yes, I can only give a clear recommendation for this new multi-tool. As I said, you can find the current prices below in the video description. Now, I'm interested to know your opinion about this new battery-powered multi-tool from Milwaukee. Do you have any experience with it? Feel free to write it in the comments below, as this concludes this short video. If you enjoyed it, I'd gladly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel for free and activating the notification bell to never miss another new video. With that being said, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye.